We're gathered here today. There have been numerous demonstrations all across Britain. Yesterday, up to 80 to 100,000 people marched in London. That has been 2 Saturdays on the trot of that number of people. All across Britain, people are marching. Town halls have put the Palestinian flag, and Glasgow City Council is flying the Palestinian flag today over its City Council. Preston City Council have put it over the council buildings. West Dumbarton Council have, Tower Hamlets Council have. All across the country the feeling is of anger. Anger and anger. We want to see our governments change their policy. Now today we are going to march down towards Old Town Hall.
We are here because of the 3 young boys murdered on the beach while they were playing. We are here because there is no safe place for the people of Palestine, not even hospitals or UN refugee camps. We are here because an Israeli soldier takes a selfie of himself smiling next to a car in which 2 boys have been shot dead. We are here because a father has to collect his son's body parts in a shopping bag. I could go on and on with similar stories like these. We must stop this genocide, this ethnic cleansing, and make people accountable for these war crimes, and fight for the equal human rights of the people of Palestine. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! I will leave you now with a few words by the veteran broadcaster, David Attenborough. I am unaware of any animal that is as cruel as Israelis, not even crocodiles. They bomb schools, hospitals, refugee camps, orphanages, UN feeding stations, waterworks, power plants, ambulances, and kids playing on the beach. They put millions of people in siege. They shoot children going to school. They kidnap kids and harvest their organs. They inject prisoners with disease pathogens before releasing them. They murder by land, sea, air, and worst of all, they slander their defenseless victims as terrorists. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me at the back? Yes? I just want to say a few words about a boy who stayed with me from Gaza. In the summer of 2012, a 19-year-old boy arrived here in Reading. He stood in this very spot to spend some time with me and my family, just across the river in Caversham. He'd never been out of Gaza before, so you can imagine how weird, alien and extraordinary it was for him. But he liked England, and more than that, he loved Reading. He even loved the hexagon. That's how much of a Reading boy he became. Some of you may have met him. He was warm, friendly, intelligent, and a boy of great dignity. When he left us to go back to Gaza, he was like any young boy would be after an adventure. He was excited to go back and tell his friends and tell his family all the things he had seen in England. He had plans. He had big plans. He was going to get married, and he did get married. He was going to go to university. He got a place at the Islamic University of Gaza. He was going to build an extension on the family house so that his wife could live there with him. And he did. With his father and his brother, he built an extension to the family house. He had plans, and our family, to become closer. He talked about us having a business together. He talked about us sharing holidays together, us going to Gaza, his family coming to see us in Reading. That we never achieved. And we never achieved that because of the brutal occupation that denies Palestinians the normal human right of friendship and contact. I want to tell you what's happened to Saeed now. I want to tell you what's happened to him in the last few weeks. A few weeks, 2 weeks into this atrocity, and I will call it an atrocity, it's not a war, it's not a conflict, it's just an atrocity. 2 weeks into the atrocity, his neighbourhood was targeted. Shajaya is his neighbourhood. He was huddled in a room with his family members, with neighbours and with some friends, whilst bombs rained down on them for 7 solid hours. Can you imagine that? 7 hours of shelling and bombing. Houses all around them crumbling. They doused themselves with water to keep the heat away. And finally they were rescued by an ambulance crew and luckily escaped. But their whole house has been destroyed. Everything they owned, everything. They left without their clothes, with no money, no books, no documents, no photographs. No element of his past life is left, no physical element. The university that was the focus of so many of his plans, destroyed, it's gone, invisible, no chance of an education there now. His uncle is dead, his cousin is dead, his best friend, from whom he was inseparable and he talked about a lot when he was with us, he's dead. His mother, a strong woman who gave birth to 9 children, is so traumatized she hasn't been able to communicate or speak for the last 3 weeks. His wife shakes constantly. What's happened to that family is just one illustration of what's happened to people in Gaza. 500,000 people have been displaced. And I've told you the story of one. That's all. I was going to, when I was asked to talk here, I was going to read out the messages that Saeed sent to me during the atrocity. He was sending us messages. But when I read back to them, they were so personal that I thought I can't really do that. But one thing in particular struck me. I sent a message to him and I said, Saeed, you must just stay safe. Don't think of anything else. Stay safe. And his response demonstrated what a stupid and naive message that was to send. He said, Dad, he calls me Dad. He said, Dad, they've bombed my house. All my relatives have lost their houses. All my friends have lost their houses. The United Nations buildings have been bombed. The schools have gone. The mosques have gone. The ambulances are being bombed. They're shooting teachers. They're shooting doctors. They're shooting children. It's impossible for me to be safe. Impossible. And that's the reality of life.
David, don't you see? Gaza, Gaza will be free! David, don't you see? Gaza, Gaza will be free! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terror state! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
Hello everybody, thank you for coming. I'm sorry, I can't even think. I'm shaking so much.
Free, free, Palestine! Free, free! We will not go over the wall. 1, 6, 7, 8. We will not cooperate. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't wait for Israel's wall. 5, 6, 7, 8.